Alright, I guess it's finally time to talk about this. So most of you here on YouTube and on my live streams over on Twitch, I'm sure you have noticed as of late there has been a distinct lack of Destiny content on both platforms. And there's quite a few reasons as to why that is. Firstly, here on YouTube, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what it is I want to do on this channel, and that has been hard to lock down for me mentally. And unless it's a reaction video or me reacting to a Vidoc, most of my Destiny 2 videos tend to not perform all that well, and in the long run, that can hurt the metrics of my channel. So there's one reason I haven't done it. Another reason is because as a veteran player, at this point, there really isn't much for me to do content-wise nowadays, and even less as someone who plays solo a majority of the time. Outside of leveling up crafted weapons that I'll most likely not even use once I get them to level 20, or making another attempt at solo dungeons, which could be coming up again in the future, I must say, that pretty much just leaves raiding, dungeons, and PvP. Now, when I'm live streaming, if my friends don't want to play, that rules out raiding and dungeons, because I'm not about to roll the dice on my channel and use an LFG and potentially get someone like the infamous tactical racist incident again. And PvP-wise, well, there are other games to scratch that itch at the moment. But ultimately, the biggest reason is because there are a lot of things that need to be addressed, not only on my side of things, but on Bungie's as well. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Destiny has been in a pretty unsatisfying loop for quite some time now. Seasons begin, get a cutscene, do a weekly story mission that makes you do a seasonal activity, go to the helm, get a message from the audio projector, hear an audio log, maybe get a red bordered seasonal weapon, and done. See you next week. And this is how it's literally been since, what? Beyond Light? Maybe longer? I don't know, I'm getting old and my memory is fuzzy at best. The overall state of the game is kinda in flux at the moment. Servers have been the worst they have ever been, each seasonal activity is becoming more boring than the last, and honestly, if I ever see a significant change in PvP, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to go outside and see if hell froze over. But let's break it down a little bit here. Let's start with Lightfall. Just like everyone else, I was mad excited for Lightfall just on the name alone. Lightfall. Sounds ominous, doesn't it? And with how high we were riding off the Witch Queen, which was one of the best pieces of content they had ever put out. I mean, can you honestly blame me for being excited? Oh yeah! Lightfall Collector's Edition, $250 pre-order gun, all seasonal content for the year, bought and paid for. Just like I did with Shadowkeep, Lightfall, and Witch Queen. Boom! I'm in. Let's go. And then Lightfall shows up, and it's just bad. Like, laughably bad. How do you fumble a ball like this? How do you screw up this badly? I understand that they want to take an action movie approach to Lightfall, that this was supposed to be like their Avengers Infinity War moment, but come on, dude. Even bad action movies at least have a somewhat followable story. Lightfall felt like a $250 filler episode with the seasonal content filling in the gaps that they say, again, the $250 expansion should have explained. What if I had just come in at Lightfall? What if I was a brand new player, no season pass, and I was gifted Lightfall so I could play with my friends? Like, I've been here since Destiny 1 pre-alpha days, and even I didn't know what was going on in Lightfall. Imagine if you were new, being flung into this. There was a reason I stopped saying Destiny was free to play, because at the end of the day, it isn't. It's free to try. The first taste is free, kind of like a drug pusher. First taste is free, and then you gotta pony up for the rest, if you want the rest of the story. And that's not even mentioning the whole Destiny content vault, which I could honestly make a whole other video on, which leaves plot holes so big that you could literally drive an armored tank division through them at this point, or just retconning things themselves and then playing the perspective card for why they don't go back and fix something in the lore. But I could talk about Lightfall until I'm blue in the face, So let's move on to the next topic. The only thing I will really say, Lightfall felt so bad simply because Witch Queen felt so good. And that was a huge, huge fumble on Bungie's part. So the cost of actually playing this game. I've said for a long time that it takes money to make money, and a live service game is one of the most expensive ventures in the gaming world. So something like the Eververse never bothered me. It's completely up to you if you buy something, and there's no pay-to-win mechanics. At least not anymore. But it used to be that with a new season, you paid $10, you got the pass for the season, it gave you everything you needed for the next 3 months, which to me was a pretty good deal. 2 rewards tracks full of goodies, a story arc, an activity to do, loot to grind, exotics to chase, and then usually a dungeon, all for that 10 spot you put down. But now seasons cost $12, and then you have to pay another chunk of money to get the dungeon pass. Now $2 doesn't seem like much, but go look in the silver tab of Destiny 2 sometime. There is no $12 option. So you have to pay a minimum of about $15 just to have enough silver to get the season pass, and then the dungeon is also $10 worth of silver, I think. So that's $25 total just to get full access to the seasonal content. Now, I don't know about you, but if that isn't price gouging, I don't know what is. Now, I'm sure some will come out to defend that, well, they don't have the Activision money anymore. And I get that. And all of us, Bungie included, celebrated when that announcement happened. Bungie wanted freedom to do their own thing. But let me paint something for you real quick. What if the reason they wanted out of Activision was because they weren't able to charge what they actually wanted for the content that they put out? Which, at this point, honestly, is very little. Remember when a seasonal story used to last the whole season? Yeah, me too. And they weren't cutting up and reusing vaulted content for it either. Overall, this needs to change, or Bungie will wind up being on the verge of pulling the plug like they were during Destiny 2 Vanilla. Alright. Let's talk about PvP. For those of you that have stuck up and around PvP as long as you have, I honestly salute you. You deserve a medal or a weapon named after you or something, because you guys are real troopers. But here is the cold hard reality of PvP in Destiny. This has not ever, and will not ever, be a PvP focused game. This is a PvE game with PvP elements wrapped in. If you're waiting for the day that your dreams of a competitive focused PvP Destiny to come around, I only have one thing to say at this point. Are you listening? It's time to let go. How long before you say enough is enough? I dabble in all aspects of Destinies, but if I want to scratch the PvP itch, I have Halo for that. I have Fortnite for that. I have Gundam Evolution for that. Crucible, Iron Banner, Trials of Osiris are not the play. And yeah, I understand they put in anti-cheat not too long ago, as laughable as it seems to be, but cheaters are going to cheat at the end of the day, and cheating has been the worst it's ever been in quite some time. Like, there are reasons like YouTubers like Grenader Jake have gone to Variety. I can't imagine sitting there playing PvP in Destiny every single day and have that be your job. And then, of course, you have account recovery people that were legitimately making business out of account recovery. You can't really do that anymore. And then, again, the cheaters! Nothing like seeing rapid-fire grenade launchers getting fired at your face when you know the person didn't pick up any heavy ammo. That's just the best, isn't it? And since we're talking about Trials, can we just go back to Trials of the Nine already? I think it's time. You have Trials of Osiris, and Osiris isn't even running the damn show. Saint 14 is. Call it the Trials of Saint 14. PvP is in a desperate need of some love at this point and has needed it for a very, very long time. I mean, it's bad enough that you took away over half of the maps, and then you did the same with Gambit, and no, the maps are expensive excuse isn't going to cut it anymore. You already pulled the majority of your PvP team over to Marathon. And on top of that, you gave Marathon dedicated servers, something that the Destiny community has been squawking for quite some time, I might add. If it's going to take forever and a day for new PvP content, then the least you can do is give us what we already had back. Hell, give it to us in Season 23, the season of getting your shit together. I don't care what you call it, but the PvP players have been left out in the cold long enough. Overall, Bungie has promised significant changes starting in Season 22, which is literally next month. And I would be more excited for this if they hadn't lied to us already in the past. But at the end of the day, I do love Destiny. I love the universe it's created and the characters inside of it. I'm going to be here until the wheels fall off. And that's my choice. It's not an obligation of feeling stuck or I have too much money invested into it at this point. I'm fully prepared for Destiny to end at some point. I know it's not going to last forever. No video game ever will. Especially not a live service game. But this is the choice I've made because I want to see how things end. And I want to play with friends and make friends along the way, you know? But to those of you wavering, I say this. It's okay if you go play other games. If you want to wait and see how things play out, it's your money and your choice. But if you decide you want to come back and give it another go, Destiny Dad will be here for you as he always has. That's about it. I think I just needed to get this off my chest a bit. I've been mulling it over for a while now. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Take care.